State your name for me. I'll jump in here.
Yeah, my name is Shadow. My real name is Frank Howell. Everyone knows me as Shadow in the tattoo industry. And this is a little biography maybe y'all should need to know about.
Okay, let's talk about how long you been tattooing.
32 years.
30.
August 3rd it'll be 32 years.
Oh wow.
Yes, sir.
Who apprenticed you?
I started with Terry. Everyone calls him T-Bone Johnson, and he owns Suck Inc. in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Then I owe a lot of credit to Ken Winton of Muskegon. You know what I mean? He pushed me into it when I was an artist. And then me and Bill Mathis, we were kind of like mad scientists, very educated. And we started a company called 21st Century Technologies in Spring Lake, Michigan. And I was no longer interested in, I saw where it was going. I knew where AI was going to become, and it kind of freaked me out. And my brother, Christopher Howell, who's dead now, he's in a bike wreck. Anyways, he's the one who got me into tattooing and pushed me to it. And said, bro, with how you do art, you know what I mean? I think you'd be a lot happier if you learn how to tattoo.
So you were always an artist as a kid?
Yeah, I won my first national contest, was a no smoking contest. When I was a young kid, I entered and actually won. So,
Okay.
and started that way. I was always an artist, graphite, charcoal. Then I learned how to airbrush. You know what I mean? Got into oil painting. Did a bit at Kendall College of Art. Shout out to you all out there in Grand Rapids. I am part of the alumni. But anyways, it wasn't easy getting into the tattoo industry. I came home, told my wife at the time I wanted to be a tattoo artist. I thought it out. My brother pushed me into it. I got cussed out, said I'd be a loser, never accomplish anything. That very next morning, I didn't say a word. I packed a bag, a Nike bag, full of what tattoo equipment I had, which was very little, okay?
Yeah,
Very minimal.
Yeah, it was different back in the day.
Way back in the day. I think I had 2 pairs of pants, 6 socks, and 3 boxers, and I took off on the road.
Did you have one with male kits, like from like Huck Spalding or Adam
Yeah,
Edwin?
absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes. And back then they used rotary machines, okay? So you had to know how to tune them. Or coil machine,
Yeah, I
yeah.
still use coils. That's all
Yeah.
I know how to work with.
And anyway, so I took off on the road and I ended up in Tell City, Indiana, okay? So now I'm in Tell City, Indiana, no place to go. It's winter. I got a bag and I have a dream, okay? My wife said I ain't gonna amount to nothing. I was determined. Oh yeah? I'm gonna show you. So anyways, I'm looking around. I found a building. I called the guy up. He said, well, I'll tell you what, since you're just starting out, he goes, I'll give you 2 months free. Well, that's cool. Well, I'm sitting in this building with no heat, no water, no electricity, nothing. Okay, I'm starving to death. No money at this point. Well, in the morning when the sun came up, and mind you, it's winter, I opened the back door in the basement. And I noticed some spray cans and a board, flat board, you know what I mean? So I was like, I'm gonna go old school, and I'm gonna tag this shit, you know what I mean? And say tattoo and piercing. Well, I tagged it, nailed it, you know, with a rock, because I didn't have a hammer, literally with a rock.
Right.
And nails, okay, I found a little jar of nails out there, all different sizes, you know, it wasn't perfect at all.
Right.
Nailed it out front. Well, 3 days later, mind you, I'm freezing and starving to death, literally, okay? This guy named Chris Blake, never forget him, and I owe this man, okay? He come by and he goes, oh, you're a tattoo and piercer, huh? He goes, it's a bit freezing in here. I said, yeah, it is. He goes, well, I own the oil change place down the street. He goes, let me see some of your work.
Okay.
And I showed him some of my work that I worked with Bill, and my first tattoo shop was Young Guns in Spring Lake with Bill Mathis.
Okay.
You know, my co-partner at 21st Century Technologies. So I did have a few photos. And I showed him the photos, and he goes, man, these are amazing. You know what I mean? He goes, I'm going to help you out. He goes, I got a beautiful garage that's set up, you know? And he goes, I'm going to set up a tattoo party for you, okay? So I go to this gentleman's home, rocked out $3,800 in 2 days.
Right, that's a lot of money back then, too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I was so thankful, you know, and he actually let me stay in this garage, which was like a guest house,
Right.
until I got on my feet. Well, then I got my electric hooked up, my gas hooked up, and everything hooked up.
Okay. What about, back in the day, too, it was different. What about making your needles?
Now that was a whole different art form. Really, the main thing about making your needles back then was having a good armature bar, okay? And then you had to learn how to solder,
Yes.
right? So being a welder, that was a little different than welding, but I had the hand-eye coordination,
Right.
and that helped out a lot.
Right.
Now, with that being said, okay, you need to learn to spread them, you know what I mean, groove them, how you want them laid out. That is a whole different art form in itself.
Yeah, like compared to these guys today that call themselves tattoo artists, they wouldn't know how to make
Right.
a needle to save their life.
Yeah, and I mean, back in the day, we had to mix our own pigments, you know, and there was only four or five colors at the time.
Yeah, when I got started, we had to take 3 different blacks to make a black ink that would hold an outline. It wouldn't turn green.
Yeah, right, yep. And it was all a science back then, and nowadays, it's, everyone calls themselves a tattoo artist, yeah, and I question that, you know what I mean? Because I think that the industry has lost a lot of the tradition and where it's come from, like Lyle Tuttle, Philadelphia Ed, Jerry Rieger,
Yeah, all the
you
guys.
know what I mean, Roy Boy,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these guys are the ones who pounded the concrete. Even back in the day, people did time in prison for tattooing because it was illegal. You know what I mean? And they paved the concrete for us to do it today. And I think that we are losing a lot of the tradition. Although I am proud of where the technology has gone.
Right.
I'm proud of the younger kids out there who are taking serious interest in it and blowing my mind at the quality of work they're putting out. You know what I mean?
You still gotta pay your dues in this business.
You're damn right you do. And the ones that are paying the dues are the ones that are showing the business. You know what I mean? That are doing the high quality work. And I'm proud to be part of that. And the evolution of where the art is going itself.
Right. What do you tattoo with now? Do you tattoo with one of these new little pin things, or you still use a coil?
I tattoo with EXO.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I do use the Cheyenne, but to be honest, hands down, the EXO is computerized. It learns your technique, your speed. You can control it with your phone, with your voice. And I'm a proud sponsor of that machine in itself, just for that. And it's not just for the rookies. I've been tattooing forever. And since I've been using this machine, I've seen my quality and the heal time of the tattoos,
Right.
you know what I mean, heal 30% faster.
But one thing I've learned too is learning the skin too.
Yes, not only learning the skin, but every client is different. And their skin texture, the density, the flexibility. One of the main keys that I could give to anyone out there is to learn to stretch the skin and really focus and concentrate on what you're doing. Study your subject before you even start to tattoo. Study it. Know what you're working with. Even if you're using an iPad or if you're doing it by hand, study that piece of art, whether it's a stick man, literally, or a beautiful portrait. Study it so you see every detail and you can plan it out in your head on how you're going to work it out. And I find that your artwork will turn out a lot better.
Will you agree with this? One of the things I will tell people, anybody that's young in the business, is hand draw your stencils.
Always start out hand drawing your stencils. You know what I mean? They do have technology now that helps you, but what will help you the most, especially in the beginning, is hand drawing your tattoos. And what that does is build your hand-eye coordination. It helps you with smoother line work, okay? And it will help you with your shading, okay? And that is key. You know what I mean? And the more you learn that hand-eye coordination, the more you're going to be able to make that tattoo more pleasant and more consistent. And the more consistent you are, the better it'll heal, the longer it'll last, and the happier your clients will be.
Now, what would you rather do, black and gray or color work at your age?
I really prefer black and gray, but I've been really pushing the color issue lately, and I'm actually astounded with my own color work, and I never really even got into color that much. And a lot of my clients have been coming to me about color, and I'm amazed at what I can do with color, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm still learning, never stop learning, you know what I mean? I'm still learning. And that is key. Never be on that horse or plateaued where you think you are the shit. You know what I mean? Because there's always someone better, there's always a new technique, and there's always something you can learn. You know what I mean? I don't care how long you've been tattooing. You know, the main thing is keep an open mind and to watch and learn everything you can. And it's not only going to be from one artist. Go online, learn from other artists, go to tattoo expos, take seminars. I mean, because there are so many amazing artists out there. Another key, okay, I was in Denmark, okay, Ulla Akerman and Hans Henrik, okay, they opened me a studio in Denmark. So I go to Denmark, okay, and I needed artists. Well, this 18-year-old Russian, okay, little girl, come in and did the most, to this day, I've never seen anything like her. Never. You know what, Tito, Paul Booth, Tom Renshaw, nobody.
Oh, yeah, Tom Renshaw, too.
They're great. You know what I mean? They are great. And I guarantee you they would be amazed with this young lady's work.
Now, what about the stress of being an artist and a business owner, juggling that?
Being a business owner is good as long as you start with a good foundation and you have a great team. And the stress of owning the business, the main stress for me, owning the business, isn't keeping the business open. It's keeping I know that my employees work their ass off. And my main worry is to make sure that they can feed their families, not just mine. You know what I mean? So I always look out for my artists, and that is the most stressful thing to me about owning your own tattoo studio, is making sure that your artists are happy, consistent, good with the clientele, but moreover that they're doing their job, but that they can provide for their families comfortably and make a good living.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed too, being an artist for doing tattoos for 20 some odd years, is if you're going through something emotionally, it's going to show in your work too.
Definitely. And you got to walk through that door with a clear head. No matter what's going on in your life, you got to remember that these clients they work hard for their money just like anybody else. No matter, I don't care if they're a judge, a doctor, a lawyer, I've tattooed everybody. You know what I mean? Even one of Bill Gates, the chairman, you know what I mean? I've tattooed him. I've tattooed Johnny Depp. I've tattooed the Headbangers Ball Girls. But to be honest with you, okay, it's your everyday Joe. That is what's going to make you. And that is what your bread and butter is. Because all the rock stars in the world ain't going to make you famous. They ain't going to go out and spread your name. And in fact, oftentimes you got to sign a paperwork saying that you can't even mention that. Okay? So it's your everyday Joes that walk through the doors that are treated just like a rock star. Treat everyone who walks through that door like they are special. Like they're a rock star or they're an actor or actress. Because those are the people who are going to come in and they're going to go out and they're going to tell all their friends, family, and everyone who did their tattoo, and that's what's going to make your money.
Yeah, because in the end, they're paying your bills for you.
Yep. And that's how you feed your kids.
Right, right. Anything else you want to elaborate on? You know, being a tattoo artist for 30-something years?
Keep pushing, keep learning, and if you want to get into this industry, find someone that you want to learn from. Don't just jump and do it in your kitchen because you're going to start off with a bad name. You know what I mean? Reach out to a tattoo shop. Find an artist you want to learn from, okay? Number one. And if you're not an artist at all and you just want to get into the tattoo business, personally, I won't even talk to you. But if you're an artist and you're a struggling artist, I don't care if you're broke. If you show me you're an artist and you want to learn to tattoo, I got you.
Right. And tell them too, you're going to be doing a lot of cleaning.
Yeah, you're going to earn it, believe me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you're going to earn it from the ground up. You're going to learn everything. You're not going to learn, oh, okay, I'm tattooing on pigskin first thing. No, you're going to learn how to mop. You're going to learn how to clean. You're going to learn how to use autoclave. I teach you how to build a machine. I teach you how to do needles, armature bars, everything. I'm old school.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Customers, you know,
Yep.
because there's more to it than just
drawing. Meet them with a smile. Like that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
That's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if they come in and want a tattoo, I've seen it a million times where a tattoo studio, it'll have people in here and you'll have artists up front that won't even talk to them. What do you mean? Turn around, friendly smile, and say, how may I help you? Can I help you today? Are you looking for a particular artist? If not, here, check this out. This is what I can do. Be honest with them. Treat them like family.
right.
Treat them like family.
Me personally, what I would do, I actually do consultations first. I do consultations
Yep.
before I tattoo,
Yep.
and I try to pick their brain. Even though they came in with an idea
Yep.
and they may have printed it off, I'm like, well, let's talk about this for a minute,
Yep.
and then I want to elaborate because I want to draw my own stuff.
Yeah,
And show you
exactly.
what I can really do.
That way it's custom, and it ain't like, okay, it's just a printed sticker, and there's 100,000 people with your tattoo. Be a little more personal. If the tattoo is personal to you, come in and explain that in the consultation with your artist.
Yeah.
Let them use their imagination and bring your idea to life, so you be proud of that beautiful piece forever.
Yes, I agree with that totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thanks, bro.
All right, man. Good stuff.